As you know, EWB consults companies who are looking to expand into overseas markets, and to do this, EWB consultants need a database with global mergers and acquisitions so that it can provide its clients with these opportunities. I've created a database that satisfies these requirements, and there are several reasons why it will be very valuable to the company and its clients. First of all, my database includes not just one but several different types of industries, because EWB will inevitably deal with clients from several different industries. So I've included mergers from the financial, healthcare, energy and power, retail, and high technology industries. Second, EWB provides the opportunities to expand in the US, Europe, and Asia, so I included at least one merger example from each of these regions. Finally, I made sure that each of these mergers were relatively recent and that each one occurred no more than 4 years ago. So now that I've explained the value of this tool, I can demonstrate how it works. You begin by going to the website that I created and by clicking on the link to the Mergers and Acquisitions page. Once you get to that page, you'll see that the first link will take you to the entire database. And this database has information on the date the merger became effective, the name of the target company, the name of the target industry, the name of the acquirer, the industry of the acquirer, and if you scroll a little bit more to the right-hand side, you'll also see a synopsis of what occurred in the deal, the country of the acquiring company, and even further to the right, you'll see that there are the percentage of shares acquired, the percentage owned after the transaction, the enterprise value at the announcement, the equity value at the announcement, the industry of the target company, and the SIC code of the target company, so that consultants or clients could get more information on that specific target industry. And it's also interesting to note that not all acquirers bought companies that were in the same industry that they were in, which will show clients that there are opportunities out of their respective industries. And if you would rather examine the data in smaller chunks, you can go back to the previous web page and choose any one of the pivot tables that I created, which are located under this first link. The first pivot table shows you the acquirer and target industries, the country of the acquirer, and the percentage of the target company owned after the transaction. So this allows you to see which industry the acquirer became involved in and how much of the target company that they acquired out of the deal. And you can also apply a filter to the pivot table so that if, for example, you only wanted to see a target industry from the energy and power sector, you could just click on that and only have information on the energy and power. Then if you go back to the original website, the next 3 links you'll see include the same data, but instead of having the percentage owned after the transaction, you have the equity value of the acquired company, the percentage of shares acquired, and the enterprise value of the acquired company. Now, the next 4 links include the same information, but have the names of the target and acquiring companies, and the next pivot tables have information on the acquirer's industry, the country of the acquirer, and information on either the enterprise or equity value or the percentage of shares acquired, or the percentage owned after the transaction. And the next set of links will replace the country of the acquirer dimension with the date effective, so that clients can see when these mergers occurred. And you can also use a filter for this part too. So if you wanted to see mergers that took place within a specific time period, say you wanted only January of 2009, you could select those and generate the pivot table for that, and it would only show you that information. And going back to the website again, you go all the way to the bottom. The second to the last pivot table, you can see the different countries that the acquiring industries were based out of. So you see that there was, for example, one energy and power company that was an acquirer in China. There was also one that was in Lithuania. So this gives you a good idea of where these acquiring companies were based out of. And it's also very helpful because it lists several different areas of the world, several different countries. And if we go back to the website, the final link will show you the opposite view of this data, which would be the number of acquiring industries per country. So if we click on this link, you can see that, for example, you have 3 financials included in this data, and there was one financial acquiring company in Italy, one in Russia, and another in South Korea. There was also one acquiring healthcare company in India, another one in Switzerland, and another one in Thailand. Overall, this database provides several dimensions of information on 20 diverse mergers, and I know that this data will be valuable as a resource not just for EWB consultants, but for its clients as well.